Okay, so we're going to carry on with the theme of scaling into trades, buying more positions as the trade goes in your direction. Okay, now I'm going to show you this crude oil trade where I made £1,900. Check out the other trades that I've done, guys, on 30 grand on the Dow, 64 grand on the on the DAX, and 10 grand on the Nasdaq. Now, all these trades are examples of me adding to my winning position. Okay, now if you're somebody that likes to do a scalpy type trade where you're buying and you're getting out after 10 points profit, that's fine. I think the older you get, I want to go for bigger profits. All right, now this wasn't such a big position size that I would normally do. I'm in a euro dollar trade with my spread betting account at the moment, nearly £100 per point. This trade in oil was £13 in total, and this is my account here. Now there are multiple positions where I've bought and gone long for this trade. Okay, now scaling into a trade is fun. I love it because I'm either going to make a lot of money or it's going to probably, my first position maybe gets stopped out, but it's going to be with a smaller position size. And as it goes in my direction, I move my stop up to my first entry, position 1, and then I buy some more. And then I'm either going to make it a nice profit, or the trade's not going to run. But if I've got the skill level to work with the bigger time frames, and that's really important. Okay, this all comes from working on a daily chart, 4-hour time frame, or a weekly chart. There's loads of trades setting up every weekend going into the following week where I would use a scaling in process. So I bought at different levels as the price started to go in my direction, and ended up with 1,900 and a little bit more profit here. Remember, it's a spread bet account, so it's all tax free. So let's go and have a little look what the first position was and why I got into it in the first place. Now, the first position, as you can see right down the bottom here, was at 71.80, and now that was on the Thursday. What's important when you're holding these trades overnight into the next day for 2 or 3 days is that you know what you're going to be doing in your life. Okay, for me, Thursday was fine to trade. Friday, I knew I was traveling down to Sandbanks in the south of England with the family. It was bank holiday weekend. I knew I couldn't get too big with my position size, really, because the anxiety kicks in, a bit more stressful if you're in bigger position sizes. Okay, I want to be at my screens focusing when I'm doing much bigger position sizing, especially if I'm scaling in up to several £100 per point. Okay, so this one, I was looking at what I was doing, and then obviously it's the Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning I closed the trade down. All right, so I knew I was going to be on the beach with the family. I knew I wouldn't be able to manage it, so I was happy with my profit. Job done, move on. Okay, so let's take a little look at this 71.80. Why did I get into this trade? Why did I start the process of scaling into this move? Now, here's a 1-hour chart, but we're going to flip this one onto the daily time frame, because all the scaling in trades I do, and some of them can last a couple of days, some of them can last a couple of weeks, some of them can last several months. Okay, now this was a very simple charting setup called a double bottom. 1, 2, support. Okay, oil came to a support area, but with a 1-2 divergence. One of my favorite trade strategies is a 2-wave divergence. So I knew I had support here on Wednesday going into Thursday's trading session. All right, so what I did then, I come down to the 1-hour time frame. So I use the bigger time frame all the time for my directional trade. Okay, which way is it going to go? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Bigger time frame told me it's likely to go up. I don't know whether it's going to go up. I'm just saying, well, the probability state with a double bottom, it's going to go up. Okay, we could go up. There's a likely chance it could go up. So then I go down to the smaller time frame. Okay, and now I start to build, and now I start getting into that building phase mentality. It's not that hard. And so now what I see is my first green pro trading system on Thursday. Okay, so I start to buy that on Thursday, my first position. It goes in my direction. Not always. It doesn't always straight away go up in your direction. This one did. So my stop was underneath the swing here with PTS. Now my stop then goes to break even. I now have a free trade on this. But look, at £2 a point, it's going to make okay profit, but I want to start to build into this trade. So I'm buying more, okay? I'm buying more on the Friday. Now I'm traveling and then I'm just buying more. So I'm free trade here, free trade here, stop above break even, and then there's a cluster of trades here. We push up on Friday all the way here, and then I'm buying more right at the highs. Now, I don't like to buy the high. I don't like to buy when the storyteller is really high up. Momentum's going to bring it back down, okay? I always want to be in the moves at the very start when momentum is building, not when it's peaking out. But on this case, oil was so strong, but I'd had enough of it by then, guys. By Monday, I'm out the trade, okay? So I've closed the trade down, done well because it's actually rolled over pretty hard on Tuesday, okay, the Monday after bank holiday. So from here, okay, all the way up to here on Monday, this area here, £1,900 profit pro trading system. You can see that I'm looking for a big move. It came from the daily chart. It has to come from the daily chart, or it has to come from a bigger time frame as a day trader, i.e. a daily or a weekly time frame, or often a 4-hour time frame as well. And so you can scale in, and these trades could last a couple of days. All right, so that's how I did it. These are the lines where I got in roughly on those trades, and it was a decent sized trade. All right, so that's another process of how I scale into trades, guys, and build positions. It's so much less stressful, I feel, when you're placing your first trade, because if that first trade stops you out, then that's fine. Then you haven't lost what you would do with a full position right from the start. You're not getting yourself into a pickle, okay? It's a very small position size. I've drilled down to one of my smallest position sizes, and if it starts to make money, then I can then start to add to it, okay, and then build the position. Hope it helps. It's just a way of trading that I like to use, and we'll do more of those for you, and I'll show you more of those. And I'm using, of course, our proprietary software here to get in. You're obviously going to use your own strategies and software to give you the heads up. All right, so hope it helps, and I'll speak to you soon.